Hello, everybody. I am Samuel 15, the Dragon Team here today, and today we have yet another interview with someone who did well at this past states, and that is Oscar Carrillo. And he's been gracious enough to share with us his Trevenant deck. And you came 17th at, I believe, what states was this again?
Washington?
Okay, 17th
Yeah,
in
Washington
Washington
State.
states with a record of 4-1-2.
Yep.
So. Only having one loss is pretty good, so I thought, let's have this guy on here. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I'd say my only loss was to Bee's Plume.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a weird matchup, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But
hmm
first things first. Actually, what week was this again? Week 3?
Yeah, week three.
Okay, making sure. So first things first. Tell us why you decided to go with this list. Not with this list, but this deck choice.
Um, Before this, I was playing our Trev. I really like the psychic Pokemon, I guess, and with the break coming out and being able to spread damage with one energy, it's it's pretty crazy. So and being able to item lock your opponent, that's I think that's pretty good. So I wanted to get a shot.
Yeah. I apologize for anyone who's been hearing little gasses, largely because there's an internet connection problem between me, because there's a lot of people in my house using the internet. That'll happen. I apologize for that. But yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. Walk us through your matchups. What did you play round one?
Round one, I played against a fairy deck with Mega
Hmm.
Guard. Um, it was a very odd list. They played Flabebe in there.
Hmm.
Um, Not quite sure what their goal was with that deck, but um, I played the two head ringer, so it was pretty hard for my opponent to get the energy going. So item locking
Yeah.
and spreading damage pretty much won me the game pretty quickly.
Okay. Uh, so you won you both games real quickly. You can guess you 2-0'd them.
Yes.
All right. So what did you play in round two?
Round two, I played against another odd deck. It was Celebi, the ability one where if they flip heads, they get to put it back into their deck.
Hmm.
And they play with Frostlass and Mega Groudon. I guess their goal is to, for not to take any prizes and for them to get a Groudon powered up in the meantime. But that didn't work out either.
Nah. So after beating two odd decks, I'm guessing you beat that 2-0 as well, correct?
Correct, yeah.
After being two weird decks, two and being 2-0, what did you face against round three?
Round three, I played a bees deck with Zoroark in it.
Hmm.
Um, that was one of my ties. Uh, One round one or game one, and then he won game two after he was able to get the Zoroark going, and I had no way of stopping it after it had come out so quickly.
Yeah, Zark is a pretty decent counter to Trev, as you are weak to them,
Yeah,
but you do have the ability to control that matchup at least a little bit with it, like if you're conservative with your bench, you do have a way to prevent them from getting two clean knockouts, and of course Espeon's there
correct.
to counter it a little bit if they have like 60 damage or something like that on it.
hmm
Which were you able to use Espeon against the Zoroark at all?
Against the Zoroark, I was not. No, I wasn't able to get it out and just be able to hit the 70 with it,
Okay.
but which was unfortunate. So we tied game three in time.
Uh, do you feel like you would eventually won that match or no?
Um, I think so because I believe at that time he was not able to get the Zoroark out. He did have the Zora on bench, but I did have him item locked, and I do believe I had Trevenant break going at the time.
Nice. So you end up tying that. So you're 201 going to round four, which is it's a pretty nice record, I would like to say.
Yeah,
Even though you basically faced like several weird decks. I haven't seen anyone play Zoroark Bees.
yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Hmm. So, and what did you play in round four?
Round four is when I played the Bee's Plume.
Uh,
Um, that was my loss. Game one, uh, turn one, got item locked. I think I started a lone shaman
ooh,
and really wasn't able to do anything. And oh no, my bad. No, yeah, I started the shaman. I had Wobbuffet on the bench, so I was able to attach an energy and retreat, and then start using items. I had three trainer mails in hand with no supporter. Played all three, wasn't able to get a supporter, which was bad,
yeah.
and that lost me that game one. Game two, pretty much dead drew, and he won that one pretty easily.
Wow. Normally you would think that'd be like a pretty weird matchup. I'm not even sure how that matchup would work most of the time, but it just sounds like you just got fairly unlucky in that matchup.
Yeah, yeah, that game one with three trainer mails in hand with no not being able to get a supporter was unfortunate.
Not to mention you dead drew and lost the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that whole entire series is probably very slightly frustrating for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So uh, the tournament you were in was a 7 round tournament, correct?
Say again?
The states you were in was a 7 round tournament, correct?
Correct.
All right. So at this point, you're 2-1-1. I'm guessing you have that like little nervous because you have to win out at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So did you
Yeah.
feel? Yeah. No, continue.
Yeah, so at that point, I was, you have to win out, and there were a lot of bees deck running around at that time, and Night March. So
Uh,
um, just had to see how it went from there.
yeah. So did you feel confident in going not going undefeated? Did you feel confident in going undefeated and making top eight from there, winning the next 3 games? Did you feel confident being able to do so?
Yeah, it all depended on after I dead drew, it was pretty. Uh, how would you say?
Depressing?
Yeah, pretty depressing. Because I feel like that matchup is, I would say, favorable in Trevenant's part because he is able to spread the 30 damage,
Ah,
and I do play the espeon to devolve
yep.
everything. So if I could get at least two Silent Fears out and promote the espeon, could get multiple knockouts pretty quick.
Yep, that would definitely work in your favor if you're able to do it like that.
Yeah, and
So,
against the Volplum.
yeah, especially against that. So, what did you play in round five?
Round five, I played a against a Raichu Seismitoad deck.
My
He
choose
said,
then.
he said he went with that to counter Night March.
Okay.
He played it with Skyfield, and we tied that one. I won. He won game one,
Uh,
and then I won game two. He started a Toad, and I was able to head ringer it, and he Skyfield tried to get his bench set up. But at that time, I was already spreading. I was putting 240 damage on the board every turn.
hmm. So you guys ended up tying that game, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Didn't you guys go into that game saying, "Hey, let's try not to tie" or something like that, or did you guys not do that?
We didn't know.
I'm guessing you
I'm not. I don't know.
I'm guess
I'm not. want to kind of, you know, ask for that kind of thing. 'Cause, if one of us deserves it, we would have won it.
Well, like the point of that is like, if well, the point of not trying to take a tie right there is because if you guys both took a tie like you guys did right there, you guys essentially prevented either one of you guys from making top eight by agreeing beforehand before the match even began, or even in game three. You guys
Mm,
would have had like at least gave someone the chance to move forward and maybe potentially top eight. But then again, top 16 points were still available at that point. But
hmm
still, I'm just saying for future notes, maybe try if you're like an X1 in one position, it's a good idea to always try to ask for that. Not this just so this so you don't screw either one of you guys out of top eight unless like
top eight,
you guys
yeah,
unless one of you guys does need the top 16 points. But that's just my
yeah,
opinion.
definitely,
And that's just what you know.
definitely keep that in mind for future.
Okay, so you're essentially already out, but you still have potential to make top 16. Is that what you were thinking at that point?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I'll get top 16. Try my best.
Yeah. So what did you play in round six?
Round six, I played against Night March.
Yeah.
Um, one game one fairly easily. Game two, he got set up pretty quick. He won that one, and then we went into game three, and I won the third match.
Nice, nice. I'm guessing you went first in game one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how that match usually goes. All right, if Trev can go first and get the lock set up turn one, that's pretty much it for Night March. That's how
pretty
it usually
much. Yeah.
goes.
Yep.
And if Night March is lucky enough, which they usually are, they can get everything to discard pile if they go first and they see a Phantom or something like that. They'll go, oh, you're playing Phantom, might as well get all these Night Marches to discard pile ASAP.
Yeah.
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 So
So it was pretty cool against playing against Night March. That was the only Night March deck I played against that day.
so in the final round, what did you play against?
So next I played against. We're on round seven now.
Yes, because you at this
Okay.
point would be a 3-1-2.
Yeah. So at this point I played against a Beast Plume deck again.
Okay.
Um, I won round one or game one fairly easily. I was able to spread damage pretty quickly with Trevenant break, and so he conceded that game one. Move along to game two. He was able to get everything set up with Plume. He went first, so he won that one. I wasn't able to get anything going. Game three was a little more intense. We were trading prizes back and forth, and he was able to get the Plume out, but he didn't put the float stone on a Plume
Ooh.
before he played it down. So I was able to get a Lysander the Plume out, and just start silent fearing. Everything else dies before Vile Plume even goes down. So
Yep.
won it that way.
Uh, were you able to? So that's pretty interesting. So you unfortunately did not top 16. You bubbled it at 17.
Yeah,
Was there someone else who went 4-1-2 that did make top 16, or at least a couple people?
yeah. One other person did.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that was mostly filled with people who like top 16 was mostly filled with people who like went X and 2 or something like that. Then correct?
yeah. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. Because usually, actually, what I'm probably guessing is like one or two people actually bubble, went X1 and one bubbled, and then a couple people who went X and two went all the way down to 15th, and then that's where the 4-1-2 came in. At least that's what I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah. It was pretty interesting how it all went down. But
But still, 4-1-2 is pretty good nonetheless, especially in with Trev too. Trev is a really good deck, but I haven't got that many Trev decks. So I figured, yeah, Trev is pretty cool.
yeah, Trevenant's a lot of fun. doesn't take very much energy to attack, and when it does, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
No pun
So,
intended to Silent Fear.
it puts the fear in your opponents.
Yeah.
But they don't say anything, so it's all silence. Anyway, bad jokes aside, uh, did any of your opponents who beat you manage to top eight, or any of your opponents in general?
Yeah, yeah. So the Beast Plume deck that I lost to,
Yeah.
he was, I believe, second seed in top eight.
Nice.
So I'm not quite sure what his final placing was, but I do know he was second seed and going into top eight.
So, anyone else?
Other than that, that was about it.
Uh,
You know.
yeah. By the way, did the one person that you tied against did he was he the person who came 16th?
Actually, I don't know. Let me see. I don't think so. I'd be pretty salty, but
I just wanted to like bring that up. I was like, wait a minute,
yeah.
because if he did, you really guys should not have tied. But it's whatever.
Uh, no, no, it
Okay,
wasn't.
okay, just making sure. Um,
Yeah.
so you didn't get any points from that. Is that correct?
I believe I got 15 actually.
Oh yeah, for top 32.
Uh-huh.
Which going into this states, where how many points do you have?
40.
40. So net
Yeah,
so
so not very much.
so after that you had 65 or 50,
Yeah. Or
55, yes.
55.
Yeah,
Yeah.
55. So it's better than what I have. I'm not gonna lie. It's better than I
Yeah,
have.
I'm not really. I'll see how it goes with regionals,
Yeah.
but I'm not really banking on getting a world's invite anytime
No,
soon.
that's what I was gonna ask you. Where if you feel like you're gonna make your world's invite. Yeah, but
Yeah, nah. I mean, at this point, just playing to have fun and see how it goes.
yeah, that's what this game really is about. It's about having fun. It seems like you
Yeah.
had a lot of fun at that day.
Oh yeah, definitely. All my opponents were, really positive people, and we had a good time playing the game. So that's what I enjoy.
Yeah. What is this fun you're speaking of? We don't play Pokemon to have fun, but it's nice to see. It's nice to see when people actually just don't really care too much about all the hoopla and just play to have fun. It's always nice to see that.
Yeah.
But thank you once again for your time today. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
your list. Thank you for anyone who's tuned in today to watch today's video. Please like, subscribe if you have enjoyed this. I'm Sam 15 the Dragon Sim here. This was Oscar Carrillo. Sorry, I forgot your name. Really bad with names. And hope you guys liked today's video. Please like, subscribe, all this stuff, and I shall see you guys hopefully next time.